HP has unveiled its refreshed Omen 16 gaming laptop lineup for 2022. HP says these laptops are suited for rookie gamers and veterans alike, with new performance hardware, an upgraded cooling system, 16-inch high-res display options, and some extra features that make using these laptops as enjoyable as possible. The Omen 15 is already one of our picks for best gaming laptop, but HP has turned everything up for the Omen 16. As the follow-up to last year's Omen 16, which was held in fairly high regard, the new Omen 16 has focused less on introducing flashy features, and more on improving its thermal system and everyday comforts for users. It comes in Intel and AMD configurations, but the new white color option is exclusive to Intel. The Omen 16 is available with up to an Intel Core i9 12900H or AMD Ryzen 9 6900HX CPU, as well as up to an NVIDIA RTX 3070 Ti laptop GPU, or AMD Radeon RX 6650M GPU. A revamped cooling system contributes to up to a 36% jump in CPU performance compared to 2021 Omen 16 models. These laptops are expected in summer 2022, with a starting price of about $1,200. Therefore, let's start reviewing the new laptop model from HP from the appearance. When it comes to appearance, the new white color option is certainly the biggest change over last year's model. It's striking at first glance, especially against the moving RGB lighting under the individual keys. Despite being made of aluminum, the light color with a shiny yet textured finish gave a plasticky impression up close. I didn't get the same feel from the darker model that was on display, which I thought looked more high-end in comparison. However, I consider this mid-ranger will have had to have made some sacrifices somewhere, and it is easy to make a common laptop color like black look sleek. The Intel model will be available in ceramic white and shadow black, while the AMD model will be available in mica silver. This move toward lighter color options for gaming laptops isn't new here. It's something Alienware pioneered a few years back, and many other brands have been following suit. At 69 inches, the Omen 16 isn't small, but it was easy enough to carry around at 5.29 pounds. I took it to different areas in the studio for capturing images, and had no issue with handling it. The laptop has dimensions of 14.53 by 9.76 inches, by as thin as 0.89 inches. The thickness can vary due to the component customizations. It's not quite as thin as other gaming laptops like the Razer Blade 15 or MSI GS66 Stealth. The other major change to the appearance is in the positioning of the ports. HP mentioned the movement of its main ports from the right side on the original Omen 16 to the rear, on the new Omen 16, to make room for thermal heat vents and radiators. This also allowed for additional ports to the system with greater capabilities. The new Omen 16 also remains similar to the older model in terms of its keyboard and trackpad. Both models include a signature 4-zone setup for their RGB lighting. The keyboard has a per-key build to its RGB lighting. The trackpad, which is a little wider on the new model, at 135 by 86 mm, features a one-zone lighting trigger, meaning one click of the trackpad will light up the entire keyboard. The updated appearance of the new Omen 16 has moved many of the main ports to the rear of the system. This was enough to add an additional USB-C port to the chassis, but overall the ports remain the same. It includes two USB-C ports, which power data, DP, PD, and Thunderbolt 4, depending on the model, an HDMI 2.1 port, and a DC-in port, all located in the rear. On the left is a USB-A port, RJ45 Ethernet 2.5G port, a 3.5mm audio jack, and an SD media card reader, and on the right are two USB-A ports. Users can find this configuration on the Intel model in particular. I found the new Omen 16 to work well connected to Wi-Fi 6E 2x2, despite sharing a connection with several other devices in the space, especially several other gaming systems. Loading websites was quick and without issue. While the display specifications on the new Omen 16 remain relatively unchanged year over year, the laptop does include some tweaks for comfort and safety. The display is a 16.1-inch monitor with a QHD maximum resolution, a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, and brightness between 250 and 300 nits depending on the model. It also features a 3 millisecond response time, and a 100% sRGB color gamut. The flicker-free display supports refresh rate options of 60, 144, and 165 Hz. HP counts the addition of an auto brightness sensor as its main upgrade to the new Omen 16 display. This feature allows the display brightness to adjust to its environment. I found this adjustment to be accurate as I moved from areas around the studio that were very dark to areas that had open, natural lighting, and found no difference in how I experienced the display. For an ISP panel, you're not going to get that pop that you might get from a different display type, like OLED, for example. However, the colors were consistent, and I found no glares or washed-out experiences in the different environments. Focusing first on performance hardware, HP offers both Intel and AMD processor options. On the Intel side, you can get up to a 12th Gen Core i9 12900H, while the Ryzen 9 6900HX is the top AMD option. HP's Omen Dynamic Power, built into the onboard Omen Gaming Hub app, balances CPU and GPU power to ensure you get steady performance without throttling. HP says its reworked cooling system with a new fifth heat pipe and fourth exhaust vent has boosted CPU performance by 36% compared to the 2021 Omen models. The new PCs also run 5% quieter and have a 14% cooler SSD temperature. HP supplied a handy chart that lays out some of the key differences between the Omen 16 2021 and 2022 models. Users can also implement features in the accompanying Omen gaming software to maximize the performance of the new Omen 16. The Omen Dynamic Power feature reads real-time workload information from the system's CPU and GPU in 3-second intervals to decide which components should get the most power at any given time. When gaming, the feature can decipher between a more GPU-intensive game, such as Witcher or Red Dead Redemption, and an AI-focused game that might use more processor power, such as Stellaris, HP noted. For power, the new Omen 16 packs a 4-cell 70-watt-hour battery, which sounds surprisingly low, considering the original system featured a 6-cell 83-watt-hour battery. I consider this to be a part of the brand's power optimization of the laptop, or that the thermal redesign didn't leave a lot of room for a bigger battery. There were varied opinions on battery life on the original model, with testing its battery life at about 11 hours. I'll be interested to see how the battery life on the new Omen 16 holds up in a long-term review. The system is also accompanied by a 200-watt smart AC power adapter. The Intel version of the Omen 16 for 2022 is available in a new ceramic white color, as well as the more traditional shadow black. The AMD version comes in a mecha silver color. You can expect these laptops to launch in the summer of 2022, with a starting price of about $1,200. Pretty bright laptop model, isn't it? Write your opinion in the comments below. I will definitely read them. Thanks for watching, and I hope the video was useful to you. See you soon.